Haiti, a Caribbean nation known for its vibrant culture and resilient people, is facing an unprecedented crisis. The country is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges, each compounding the other. Insecurity reigns supreme, fueled by rampant gang violence. Political instability has left a dangerous power vacuum. The economy teeters on the brink of collapse, plunging its citizens deeper into poverty. This dire situation has created a humanitarian catastrophe of immense proportions. Haiti's plight is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked instability. The international community watches with growing concern, grappling with the complexities of intervention and the need for sustainable solutions. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, demanding a collective effort from both Haitians and the global community. The weight of this crisis falls heavily on the shoulders of the Haitian people. They endure unimaginable hardships daily, their lives held hostage by fear and uncertainty. Their resilience, however, shines through the darkness, a testament to their unwavering spirit and hope for a brighter future. The world cannot afford to turn a blind eye to their plight. At the heart of Haiti's insecurity lies a chilling reality: the rise of powerful gangs. These criminal organizations, armed with sophisticated weaponry, have tightened their grip on the nation, particularly in the capital, Port-au-Prince. Entire neighborhoods live under their brutal control, terrorized by violence and extortion. The assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021 created a power vacuum that these gangs exploited ruthlessly. They quickly filled the void, expanding their territories and consolidating their power. Kidnappings for ransom have become commonplace, targeting both wealthy Haitians and foreigners. Businesses and ordinary citizens alike are forced to pay exorbitant fees for protection, fueling the gangs' coffers and further eroding the rule of law. The Haitian National Police, outgunned and outmaneuvered, struggle to contain the escalating violence. Many officers have fallen victim to the gangs, their deaths a grim reminder of the dangers they face daily. The lack of security has crippled daily life, with schools, hospitals, and businesses often forced to shut down due to the threat of violence. The assassination of President Moïse plunged Haiti into a political crisis that has only deepened over time. The absence of a legitimate, functioning government has created a dangerous vacuum, paralyzing decision-making and hindering efforts to address the country's myriad problems. Political factions, deeply divided and often driven by self-interest, have failed to reach a consensus on a path forward. The lack of a unified front has only emboldened the gangs, who operate with impunity in the absence of effective law enforcement. The international community, while offering support, has struggled to find a formula for intervention that respects Haitian sovereignty while addressing the urgent need for stability. The establishment of a transitional presidential council in November 2024 offered a glimmer of hope, a potential first step towards restoring some semblance of order. However, the council faces an uphill battle, tasked with navigating a deeply fractured political landscape and a populace disillusioned by years of broken promises. Haiti's political turmoil has had a devastating impact on its already fragile economy. Hyperinflation has become the norm, sending the prices of basic necessities soaring out of reach for ordinary Haitians. The local currency, the gourde, has plummeted in value, further eroding purchasing power. The lack of security has crippled businesses, forcing many to close their doors and lay off workers. Unemployment is rampant, pushing more families into poverty. The agricultural sector, once a mainstay of the Haitian economy, has been decimated by gang violence and extortion, leading to widespread food shortages. The economic collapse has had a ripple effect on all aspects of Haitian life. Access to healthcare and education has become increasingly limited, particularly for those living in impoverished neighborhoods controlled by gangs. The lack of basic services has created a breeding ground for disease and despair, further trapping Haitians in a cycle of poverty and violence. Section 5. Humanitarian Catastrophe, a Desperate Plea. The convergence of gang violence, political instability, and economic collapse has created a humanitarian catastrophe of immense proportions in Haiti. Millions of Haitians are in dire need of assistance, their lives hanging in the balance. Food insecurity has reached alarming levels, with the United Nations estimating that nearly half of the population is facing hunger. Malnutrition rates, particularly among children, are on the rise, posing a serious threat to the health of future generations. Access to clean water and sanitation is limited, increasing the risk of waterborne diseases like cholera. The humanitarian crisis is further exacerbated by the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Haitians who have been forced to flee their homes due to gang violence. Many live in overcrowded and unsanitary conditions, lacking access to basic necessities. Their plight is a stark reminder of the human cost of Haiti's ongoing crisis. The international community has watched Haiti's descent into chaos with growing concern. Governments and international organizations have issued statements condemning the violence and calling for a peaceful resolution to the crisis. However, translating words into action has proven challenging. There have been calls for the deployment of a UN peacekeeping force to restore order and create a secure environment for humanitarian aid to reach those in need. The Multinational Security Support Mission, authorized by the UN Security Council in October 2023, represents a step in this direction. However, the mission has faced challenges, including funding shortfalls and delays in deploying personnel. Humanitarian organizations are working tirelessly to provide aid to those affected by the crisis. However, their efforts are often hampered by the volatile security situation and the lack of access to gang-controlled areas. There are also concerns about the effectiveness of aid delivery, with allegations of corruption and mismanagement. A history of turmoil. Haiti's current crisis is not a sudden eruption but rather the culmination of decades of deep-seated problems. The seeds of insecurity were sown long ago, rooted in a history of political instability, corruption, and foreign interference. Haiti has endured a long line of dictatorships, coups, and political upheavals, leaving its institutions weak and its people disillusioned. Corruption has been endemic, eroding public trust and hindering economic development. Foreign powers, often driven by their own interests, have played a role in shaping Haiti's destiny, sometimes propping up authoritarian regimes or intervening in ways that have exacerbated existing problems. The devastating earthquake of 2010, which killed hundreds of thousands and caused widespread destruction, further weakened Haiti's already fragile state. The international community's response, while well-intentioned, was often criticized for its lack of coordination and its failure to address the root causes of Haiti's vulnerability. Recent developments, a glimmer of hope. Despite the bleak outlook, there have been some recent developments that offer a glimmer of hope for Haiti. The establishment of the Transitional Presidential Council in November 2024 represents a potential turning point, providing a framework for political dialogue and decision-making. The MSS mission, while facing challenges, has had some success in improving security in certain areas, allowing for the delivery of humanitarian aid and the resumption of some essential services. The international community's continued engagement, both diplomatically and financially, is crucial to supporting these efforts. However, it is important to temper optimism with realism. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, requiring sustained commitment from both Haitians and the international community. There are no quick fixes to the complex challenges facing Haiti. The path forward. A collective effort. Haiti's path to stability and prosperity demands a multi-pronged approach, addressing both the symptoms and the root causes of its current crisis. It requires a collective effort involving the Haitian people, its leaders, and the international community. First and foremost, security must be restored to create an environment where peace can take hold and development can flourish. This requires strengthening Haiti's police and judicial institutions, tackling corruption, and addressing the proliferation of illegal weapons. Political stability is essential for progress. The Transitional Presidential Council must work to build consensus, promote dialogue, and pave the way for free and fair elections. The international community can play a supportive role by facilitating dialogue, providing technical assistance, and respecting Haitian sovereignty. Addressing Haiti's deep-seated economic and social problems is crucial for long-term stability. This requires investing in education, healthcare, and job creation, as well as tackling poverty and inequality. The international community can support these efforts through targeted aid programs that promote sustainable development and empower local communities. Haiti's future hangs in the balance. The international community cannot afford to stand idly by as the country teeters on the brink. It is time for a renewed commitment to action, one that prioritizes Haitian solutions, respects Haitian sovereignty, and supports the Haitian people in their quest for a more peaceful and prosperous future.